Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. Actually, I was not feeling good today to make the video, um, but Alhamdulillah, I was thinking of coming up with a new video about some research that you need to have experience before joining in King Fahd University of Petroleum and Minerals. The main aspects of this video is actually um, whether you are focused student or not. Suppose like there are many students who have previously worked in various organizations and been doing jobs, then afterwards they are coming here for a master's degree. So there are actually 3 to 4 years or 5 to 6 year gaps in between their resumes. So the main important part is that you are not feeling confident about your resume, or you're not confident about doing a master's, whether going for a degree or not, whether some else candidate are thinking of going to Canada for their work, as they have the work experience. So the one thing I would like to suggest is that whether you have job experience or not, me myself have 7 years of work experience. There is a long gaps in between the semesters. Like I'm here joining as a master student, but before that I completed my MBA degree in Bangladesh. So besides completing my MBA degree, I also worked in several multinational organizations, working as a civil engineer. As a civil engineer, it's very tough for me to get a lot of leisure times to work on my studies, and besides studies, I have to focus on the job prospects. Every time I need to make a presentations, or I need to focus on the field works. Long 7 to 8 hours I need to focus in the work sector. As a structural engineer, there are very design works, architectural designs, structural designs I need to focus on. So it was very tough for me at that time to go for higher studies and to apply abroad. But recently, in the 2019, 2020, 2021, I realized the fact that higher studies is very much crucial for every students if you want to obtain something that is much important for you, because you need to set your goals, right? For setting your goals, you need to focus on your aim. Suppose if you are working right now, you should need to think about 5 to 10 years ahead of you, what you are going to do and what are your future plans. So it is very much crucial for you to set your goals, right? So I set my goals in 2020 about thinking going for higher studies abroad. So me myself, I mailed a lot of professors out there. So there are some prospects that how to mail a professors in which way. So you need to think about the email etiquettes. There are some kind of techniques that you need to put in your email so that you can get a reply from the professors. There are many students I saw that they become frustrated without getting any reply from the professors. So it is very much crucial for a student to think about the prospects of where there will be funding or not, in which prospects you need to apply in order to get a funding. Suppose a professor do not have funding, if you are mailing the professors and wasting your time, then it won't affect, it will lose your time. So you need to think about it. So on the other hand, in KFUPM actually there are no application fees, and you get a central admission from the graduate committee, and then they will assign you some advisors out here. So you are not you don't hesitate, or you do not have any headache to go for a professor to manage him for your works. So it's necessary. It's actually a very important points that you need to keep in mind, what to do and what to expect from a professor. So you need to first align your research works. Suppose you are working as a structural engineer but you have major in transportation engineering. How can you relate your work experience with the transportation? So it's quite tough, but if you work on a simulation type software, in my case I work on various types of simulation softwares in while I was working as a civil engineer in my country. So I have the knowledge of making simulations in the buildings and also of the roads, so I can relate my work experience easily. And also in my country prospects, there are actually a lot of works on the structural engineer rather than the transportation engineering sectors. So it's kind of tough for me to switch my job to transportation engineering, so I mention them in my CV. So you need to make your CV a very good point of how which points you are required to focus. Suppose you need to work on the autonomous vehicles, so you need to have a very good idea about how autonomous vehicles works, how the artificial intelligence works in the autonomous sector, and you need to have good idea on the automobiles industry of the world. So you need to keep track of all the records. So while writing your CV, SOP, statement of purpose, you need to focus everything in one or two lines or 3 to 4 lines. An SOP must be in a 1 page letter, so you cannot increase by writing garbage items if it is not required. So for impressing a professor in the graduate school, you need to focus on some points about giving introduction, a good introduction about yourself, and which points triggered you to go for higher studies, and what aspects now you are on, and what you are expecting to your future will be like. Suppose you want to be a professor or not, or what aspects you are going for in order to achieve your goal. So you need to mention everything in your SOP. So it plays a quite a vital role in your higher studies. So set your goals right and make a daily routine, what points you are now going on and what are the points you need to achieve in future. And one thing is I need to make sure is that many students never goes for a test like IELTS or GRE, but they are aiming for higher studies. It's not actually a good aspects. You need to first set your goal. You need to clear your goal first, like first give the IELTS and achieve whatever result you get, but try for the another time. First time is your chance, but the second time is your highest possibility that you can do easily do good. So your goal should be set. Whatever goal you are expecting, your goal should be in the highest position so that you can achieve it very well. So every time you are planning to do so, make a point, may list your points, what are the points you need to achieve. So yes, I think inshallah you will easily do good. So first of all, set your targets, then keep trying on writing an SOP, and after writing it, give it to someone so that someone can analyze your SOP whether it's a good one or bad. Then go for recommendation letters and collect it from the professors in your institution. Tell them that how they know write, tell them and request them to write the recommendation letter in a natural way, not the generic way, because many of the professors in most of the countries, they usually give a generic recommendation letter. So the institution in USA or any other countries, they usually go through your recommendation letter. So your recommendation letter plays a vital role in the higher studies purpose. So yes, you need to make sure that everything goes well. So these are the steps. I think it's very much crucial for a higher studies aspirant. So if you like the content of my channel, you can subscribe my channel and comment in the box so that I can know that you are getting benefited from my videos. Assalamu alaikum.